What's going on, everybody? It's Rev, and welcome back to another Dauntless video. Today I have a build for you guys that, I'm not gonna lie, it's really niche. But it has been a build that I've been using to get particular things done in the mastery, as well as being able to farm up some extra Wrathwort on the side, so I can provide more trial content for you guys. The main thing about this build is that it's really only used in Terra behemoth fights, where I typically will run a Terra patrol. Terra patrols offer 4 additional Wrathwort, which is the main consumable item that you need to gather for a lot of the damaging potions. And so while I'm farming Terra patrols, I'm also getting my wounds done on the behemoths that are typically not something that I would run a wound build on, namely Skarn, but there's also Karabak in the mix as well. So if you haven't gotten your wounds on Karabak or Skarn, this is a really good build for you, because you're going to be accumulating mastery points, you're going to be accumulating shock elemental mastery, and you're going to keep getting those maps that provide a lot of Wrathwort on top of the additional 4 from the Terra Patrol reward bonus. The main contender for this build are the Nezaga Shockers. They offer you +3 savagery, and so it really lends itself to a wounding build like this. Our wounding endeavors will be well-rounded, and we'll be able to move around the behemoth while not getting locked in place if we were using, say, the Drast Strikers. And so because we're wounding and moving around a lot more, we're going to be using the Nezaga Shockers. In a previous video, I made a tier list, and I ranked the Nezaga Shockers pretty low. However, it does have a niche where wounding builds tend to lean a little bit more towards the Nezaga Shockers. Wound is really weak right now, but it's still required for mastery, and so that's particularly why we're using them in this situation. The special for this build is actually Adamant Bolt. I really enjoy Adamant Bolt on wounding builds just because it allows you to aim at parts, in this case Karabak, if it's far away. If a behemoth is far away, you're able to still aim and, you know, shoot the claw or shoot the face, shoot the tail, and still accumulate that wound damage without really having to try and position as much as you would with Titan's Clap. I forget what it's called. Titan's Crash. There we go. And yeah, Adamant Bolt just lends itself better to a wound build like this. It's just convenient, and the damage that you're losing is not super significant, since these are Terra Patrols and you're probably outgearing them. If you're not outgearing them, Adamant Bolt is still good damage. It's less damage than Titan's Crash, but at that point you might not have Titan's Crash. So Adamant Bolt is still good for all players, and I just still recommend it for a wound build like this. For the mod, we're using Cyclonic Strike Plate. It's just the better mod out of all of the mods for the strikers. No real big reason for a wound build like this. It's just really good. For the cells, we're using +3 Acidic. +3 Acidic is the go-to wounding cell, and you can use barbed on particular weapons and get away with it, but particularly I like Acidic 3, no more and no less. For the support cell, we're also using Conduit, which is just the go-to utility cell. Attack speed's always good for you and your team, and no real secret there. For the armor, we're using Hellplate Casque. It has +3 Rage Hunter. I use this helmet almost 99% of the time, and within the cell we have Evasive Fury for some bonus attack speed. The Quillspite Jacket is our chest piece. We have +3 Savagery innate on the jacket, as well as our additional +3 Evasive Fury to make that +6 Evasive Fury and +6 Savagery. The gloves, we have Nasher gloves with Overpower within. We have +3 Rage Hunter on the passive of the gloves, which rounds out the +6 Rage Hunter, and we'll have Dance of the Swarm, last but not least, for a little bit of extra conditioning. Not really necessary on the strikers, but I just like having it, and I really am using these boots because I need the power cell to get Overpower within the build. Lastly, we have the Drast Eye, which is a very popular lantern for the strikers. Highly recommended for the additional damage on the tap, as well as being able to round out our attack speed with an additional +3 conduit cell. So the final build looks like +6 Conduit, +6 Evasive Fury, +6 Overpower, +6 Rage Hunter, +6 Savagery, +3 Acidic, and +3 Conditioning for a well-rounded DPS build that gets the job done on a Terra Patrol, or if you're running into Heroic Plus or just Dire Patrols and you manage to get Skarn or Kara back, or any other, maybe Koshai even, if you're trying to wound Koshai. This will be a good build for it, and it will stand up to those behemoths if you choose to take it into later game hunts. However, I've been using this for Terra Patrols. It's nothing wild, and it's just a build that will help me farm additional Wrathwort. But that's going to do it for this build video. Hopefully you enjoy it. Try out this build. It's fun to just kind of run a wounding build on the strikers, because they are actually really good at wounding. And seeing what kind of damage numbers you can get out of a laser beam that on a wounded part or something. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can check me out on Twitch, Twitter, and on Discord. If you want to support the channel, you can use creator code RevvyRad in the Epic Games Store or the Dauntless in-game store. Thank you all again very much for watching, and I will see you on the Shattered Eyes.